What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Savage Land. Welcome to another episode of The Table. And today on The Table, we finally have the G.I. Joe Field HQ here. Pretty much this layout I got here. I had a lot of fun shooting this episode right here. And I will say this episode right here is more, I still have a piece of the storyline connected off from the hike last week, kind of joining into this. But what this episode is pretty much explaining the layout. I'm going to take a few pictures, but I'm just pretty much going to go through what it took to make this, different things that I seen artistically, like, hey, this could work out that maybe other people couldn't see. And that's the fun part about it, mixing obscure objects with 3D printed objects that you got and just kind of making a mismatched scene that looks great. And I'm really happy with what I got. I don't have all my Joes up here, but I have quite a bit up here, and we'll pretty much have to go on through and kind of explain, because it's hard to kind of capture everything that goes on in this one shot. You kind of got to break it down by pieces. Over on the left here, I have the motor pool where my bikes are at, kind of like a little hangout area. In the back here, we have a garage where this little 3D printed foam piece is. It's pretty much your power center, because you got to have some type of generated power to run something. And then here we pretty much have a watchtower kind of slash communication center inside here. And it's really not nothing fancy, just field stuff. When communication center, you're talking about a desk with a laptop, basically. And then here on this side, kind of have like a Connex. We got like a shooting range over here. In the front, you see my gate that I made from like this cheap generic Jurassic Park set, man. And I got everybody kind of in action doing something. So we'll go through it one by one, and I'll pretty much show you how I built this thing and pretty much what's going on in each scene. I had a lot of fun doing it, and hopefully it'll give you guys some ideas. So this is the Savage Land, The Table, the G.I. Joe HQ. So basically here on this scene here is just really kind of getting this thing started off, and basically just trying to cap off from the last table episode where I had Swamp, where they met Swamp Thing, and he's pretty much taking them through like some deep, heavy trails to get them to the G.I. Joe base. And as you can see here, I have my G.I. Joe gate here that I made. And just really don't have that as the main focus, but kind of, where you can kind of see it. You can see it's kind of blurry in the background. You can kind of see that old school G.I. Joe logo font there, man. But liking the way that came out, liking the way this looks. Nothing too major, just to get the scene started off, to kind of cap off from the last episode of the Table, because I said Swamp Thing would take them through the jungle here. Guys, I still kind of have a mess here going on, but I'm gonna show you pretty much how I'm gonna build this kind of G.I. Joe Jungle HQ. As you can see here, I'm still setting up pretty much my barriers, trying to get that frame, trying to get those hard lines so I can focus in on the middle here. And it's not gonna be like your traditional HQ where it's all fancy and the high technology. Of course, they're out in the jungle. They're in a jungle outpost. They basically have took it over maybe a small village that was overran by vines, or just kind of did a makeshift thing, because, you know, the Army does have core engineers that, you know, educate them on what to do, how to build out a habitat for you to station your guys. So I'll just kind of break apart already what I got going on here with kind of like this little courtyard situation I got here. Of course, I got my vines. The vines help camouflage what's really not, you know, what you would pass for normal housing. I'll show you this right here. This right here is, if you ever look on my show, and you might can see them now, I had these big old Funko Pops, the 10-inch Funko Pops. This is nothing but the casing that comes in. I painted these silver a long time ago and kind of wrapped them into tape. And you basically said, like, well, what did you do that for? And you can see here I still kind of kept the plastic clear because I wanted to kind of do something neat where I shine light through them and kind of dress this up a little bit more. This is still under construction, but still really not. What I made this for was to eventually one day in a city diorama, just have it as a building. Nothing fancy, okay? Believe it or not, in Hollywood, those back stage props that they had, these old houses that you've seen in movies many a times that they fooled you with, if you've seen it in real life, you'd probably be like, damn, that's the building right there. They fooled me totally. And that's what this is. I just want a silhouette of a tower because I have buildings that I've actually kind of did some custom painting on, and I actually have pieces that I brought, styrofoam, but this will look good in the background. But today it's just serving as a barrier, a hard line with some jungle vine going over the top of it, and to kind of get your mind off focus off this edge and focused in the middle. Once again, I'm definitely going to put this into use, the Hasbro little cushion that they send with to cover up some vehicles. I mean, this almost really looks like the real life camo net that they use, and with great photography it definitely can be camouflaged in. It's all up to the imagination. Set this jungle vine back on top of here, have this little hang, and that kind of throws your mind off that this is a box. It's cool because it's silver. I painted it silver so it looks like a container, to be honest with you, or some type of storage. It could be anything, really. It could be anything. Of course, we got the tall weed grass once again. I'm gonna have pretty much my high school creations, styrofoam diorama, kind of like a warehouse, rustic warehouse, rust warehouse. Kind of have that piece in here kind of serving as maybe like an outside to a makeshift garage. And I got the grass around it. Of course, this piece connects into other pieces. It's higher. It's probably about this is probably almost an 1.5 inch piece of styrofoam here. So I have to hide that, you know, so it's a good way to hide it. And this will pretty much be the scene where I had the tractor supply truck. I have that sitting here. Now, I'm gonna have one more building that I'm gonna bring in here in a little bit that I painted up, and it's basically like a Polly Pocket playhouse. Okay, so this is the Mattel, whatever dollhouse this is. This wasn't this original color. I spray painted this. And I was kind of trying to go for more of a brownstone effect like New York, but of course New York, a brownstone's a brownstone, but you get what I'm saying, kind of using more kind of earth tones, colors, like the gray, because believe it or not, this wasn't painted this. Now, you get in close, you can tell I spray painted, but your boy did an alright job, man. He did an alright job on the finish. This has been sitting in my garage for 2 years, and once I turn around the back, but you see all the bugs, you'll know. But I think I did okay. I think I did okay with this. And really, that's all I want. You see like a little bit of paint bleed and stuff right there, but once again, I'm on some Hollywood type stuff, man. This isn't supposed to be pretty. This is a background building. You'll never really focus in on it. It'll help fill up a scene. And I found this at the flea market. Actually, God gave it to me. I actually have another one that I made turned into the X Mansion, which I think I will show you guys on this, so to kind of see where I be at. Real quick, this is the other house I did. Now that I pull it out of the garage, this thing looks amazing, don't it? And this is spray paint. Once again, I tried to go with earth tones. This is more of a brick red at the top, but of course here, this is like a New York brownstone. That's what I was aiming for. Now you see this X symbol here? This actually comes from the actual packaging, you know, like the bubble packaging or whatnot. I cut it out and I just super glued it up there. Now, is this the X Mansion? Like, to a replica? No. But it can serve as an X house for me. And trust me, I'll be putting it in play. As you can see here, painting this thing about 2 years ago with all those nasty damn bugs in there. And I'm putting this thing in the garage as soon as I can. But I got the cool brown and red. Not a perfect paint job. You can still see there I missed some when I taped up. But I don't care. It's more background. Looking at it like this, it's beautiful, man. To be honest with you, I did a good job on that. But flip it around, once again, you see I painted it. That green, that pinkish, that kind of Polly Pocket color in there, and it has like a flip out here. Look at all the cobwebs and nasty stuff. I'm sitting in the garage for like 2 years, but but it just has all that stuff in it. I'm glad I can finally bring it out, and trust me, you guys will see this prop once I do my city dio, because I'm gonna include this with my HasLab Sentinel. Haven't never opened my HasLab Sentinel, but I was kind of waiting on some things to come to fruition. Now that I have like more Sentinel armies, so it'll be another episode of the table in the future sometime when I feel artistic to go ahead and whip those things out. Now in this middle courtyard, that's where I'm pretty much gonna have my workout stuff. Got this piece of corrugated plastic pipe that I found on a construction site. You know, just to kind of shrunk down to 6-inch size, looks like obstacle course stuff. And then I got this half of a lawnmower tire that I found in the back of a trailer. So real quick, I gotta show you how my mind be working. See, I gotta go dump this stuff off at the dump. But see, this is how my mind working right here. This right here is a piece of a broken off wheel. I don't know what from. Maybe like almost look like a lawnmower wheel right here. But see, this is how my mind be working. That's already like obstacle course shit right there. Okay, for a 6-inch action figure, right? Out of this pile of rubble. So I'll actually be using this in this week's episode of the table, man, for Sergeant's little workout course. So that's how you gotta think. You gotta see it visually. And that's gonna be used as another obstacle course piece. Looks good in 6-inch form. Looks like something you'll have on an obstacle course. And basically what this middle courtyard will be filled up with fodder and pieces I got from different action figures. This came from SH Figure Arts, Vega. This will be like a climb cage. You know, just for PT, just like how they did in the movie, the G.I. Joe movie. Nothing crazy. Logs for balance, you know, running. So I got the stuff I need. Believe it or not, they use stuff like this at Camp Lejeune. I'm from North Carolina. I'm from Fort Bragg, Fort Liberty now. But at Camp Lejeune, they got stuff like that. They be like kind of dragging shit like this too. They use the simplest stuff to work those Rangers out. That's where Army Rangers train at, Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. Then we got the G.I. Joe gate here, which is a great centerpiece. As you can see here, I have like this little gate here. And it wasn't its originally color. I spray painted it silver, kind of give it a more realistic look. But you can see it's made for like 4-inch figures. They were supposed to all stand up there. It's originally, I believe it was black. Let me flip it around here and see. But you can see where I kind of like painted it at, especially right here down at this corner here. You see where I didn't get it all, but it's good for what it is, and it finally came in handy. I did this about 2 years ago, and this is going to be my main gate for the HQ, and it came out of a set from Walmart that pretty much is this set right here that everybody gets, like these little 4-inch military action figures. And what I'm gonna use with this is mostly the fodder, like this big cannon right here. I forgot what's like, it doesn't shoot mortars, but I forgot the name of it. But as you can see here, I'm gonna just take that and use that as fodder. You can see it's like waterlogged, man. This shit been in my garage for like 2 years. But with this gate, I also found this G.I. Joe sticker. I thought it was something I had to cut out and glue on there, but it's actually a clear sticker. And I'm gonna just take it off and put it on this front gate. I took a black marker and like painted it in like a Sharpie, that's all, just kind of get rid of that sticker that I ripped off. And I'm gonna put it on there just like this. And what I do, I might cut around the clear part, but now we got a G.I. Joe gate. Just that simple, man, that simple. Do some little trimming up on it, man, but at least I didn't have to cut it out and stick it with some super glue. It's a clear sticker that goes right in the middle of this gate. Now it's my perfect gate to my G.I. Joe HQ. And it's serving well. I painted it up silver to give it a more realistic look. Painted it black, like a pitted black on the side, because it was kind of like toyetic. And man, I've done this stuff a couple of years ago, all with the vision of one day putting this stuff here like this, and it's all working out. It's all playing. I just found that G.I. Joe sticker too. Now over here, when you see this kind of like almost concrete deck looking piece, this is a very interesting piece right here. Once again, this was done, I hadn't even moved into this house I'm in now. I was still in another house when I did this, and me and my wife now, she was my girlfriend then, we just got a new TV. Believe it or not, these are the ends to a TV. Like, they come in the box, like the eggshell carton, to make sure the TV is not moving. I got it held together by like some straightening pins. But as you can see here, this is one end right here, and this is the other end where the TV goes. It sits, you know, kind of like this, so you know the TV won't move around in there. And that's what this is. Let me see. I lost my bottom. Which one was on top? But oh yeah, okay. See, even then, I looked at these. I painted them gray, kind of like almost like a concrete color. I don't know what color, what type of gray I did, but when I sprayed it, I said over time, this will look like a concrete barrier, and this will be cool to use in a diorama. And lo and behold, 2 to 3 years later, here I'm using it, and it's gonna work out too. It's definitely gonna work out. I'm liking the way it looks now. And once again, it's a hard barrier to lock your fizz in. And it ain't nothing but styrofoam. This piece right here cost me a couple of $100, and this is styrofoam. Of course, it's 3D printed, but you can get busy. It's all about theater of the mind, man. Just put a little straight pin in there, and it connects to both, just so it doesn't move. And this is gonna be kind of like my motorcycle kind of hanger or bunker, or you can use it for a sleep bunker. You see here, I kind of got the jungle vine growing over it. I'm gonna kind of treat it like it's a concrete structure that they got here. You know, of course they want concrete. You know, you never know when cobra's lurking. But I'm adding the vines on there and giving it that allure, that's something to attract you to it and take your mind. You wouldn't even known these were from a TV if I wouldn't have told you, you know? So if you see something visually in your head, let the artistic part of you take it over. Like I said, I ain't got nothing fancy here. I'm just basically gonna use stuff that I got to kind of build out a G.I. Joe HQ. And last but not least, once again, this came out of that same TV pack, right? You see this, right? You see this white styrofoam. I painted it a long time ago. Doesn't it look like a concrete bunker on a highway? You feel me? Or a rollback curve. I'm a concrete guy. Alright, let's roll with it. As you guys can see. So just kind of stuff this in here, kind of just disguise some few things. It might not be the final resting spot for this, but it'll find its place somewhere. And as you can see here, that tower looks good. Looks good. And like I say, even though I did that with spray paint, not a great paint job, but in the distance, mixed in with my other props here, it looks damn good. And I think I'm gonna change up the background. And you're not gonna see all that building, but it fits perfectly there. I think I'm gonna go back to the sky blue, put the sun back out for the Joes. They'll be outside working out, barbecuing, working on the bikes, working on the trucks, waiting on these guys to get back. And it's gonna be beautiful, man. But yes, pretty much this is the Polly Pocket last piece accessory for the hard perimeter build out here, man. Real quick here, I was trying to get Shooter in order here, but I had the hairpiece on that has the gas mask on there, you see? And this is her hair right here, you know, of course. It's got it's like a different hairpiece than the other ones. Looks pretty cool. And she has like a regular, her head sculpt is under this mask, but she has like a regular hairpiece. But you see hers is different from the other girls. I tried Zorana just to kind of like freshen something up. Like this is Zorana's hairpiece. It doesn't quite fit. Almost looks okay. She kind of got like, she almost kind of looks like Halle Berry right here. But you know, it gets kind of wacky back there and there. Plus it doesn't cover the whole head. All right. But this is something I was just trying out here. I got an extra Lady J. All right. Definitely not the one that's in the air over there. But I said, let me see what Lady J hair piece does. And as you can see when I take it off, they're not the same thing. It's different stuff going on here. But I put Lady J's hair on Jodie Shooter, and now she really looks like Halle Berry. So it's really not that bad, to be honest with you. So if you didn't want to go with the black hair option of Jodie Shooter, you definitely can put Lady J's hair on. So just had to run that by you guys right quick. All right, so we're about halfway through with my setup here, and as you can see, it's starting to transform already. All right, I did a few things in the back which I'll explain But from right to left, you see we got our perimeter set up, man. We looking real good. We got the jungle vine going around there. Got the G.I. Joe gate, which is dope. And I have the Halo Sparta Marine at the front gate. This is like, and I hate the movie, but you know, I did like the concept of the power suit, and this Halo Marine reminds me of that. And who better to guard your gate than an armored suit? But I'm gonna kind of go and just kind of show you what I got so far. And what's really gonna make this center is like what I was talking about, is the figure fodder. So let's go past the gate. Almost kind of like Tales from the Crypt. But as you see here, this is working out good. I got the SH Figure Arts Vega. He came with a gate. And that's why I like figures that are packed with accessories, because I always see something else I can use them for. And as you can see here, I got the grunt that I kit bashed, going over the fence here. And then that lawnmower wheel, you see what I'm talking about now? That's pretty dope. He's bouncing. There's no sticky tack on that. And that's real dirt too. And then behind that, you see I have the half the corrugated pipe. Now some of these people are standing here just haven't put them in position yet. But of course, Falcon is getting done dirty, and Sarge is going to be here. I got Kill Switch and Outback shooting right here. It's not a lot of space. I know they're close, but it's not a big HQ. I got Lady J about to go on a mission here. And then we got some guys with her that I kit bashed with the rocket pads. I just straight jacked them from steel core. And then back here we got old guys who still like to work out, Roadblock, Old Man Outback. And then we got a Valorverse guy walking over saying, hey, what's up, man? Let me get something out your cooler, bro. And this is the motor pool over here, which I haven't set up yet. And in the back, you see I got General Hawk here talking to Stalker, which Stalker originally was a top leader. So that looks good. And I got a bunch of kit bashes around him, like his personal guard. And I got a Valorverse guy with him. All right, so now we're in the back of the HQ here. And you see here, like I said, I got the kit bashes. Don't they look good? Better with the jetpacks on. Looking like they're ready to roll out. And I'm going to put Lady J in the air. Okay, so I got something there for her. But see, this right here, see I got the jungle vine coming out of it now. This right here basically has became a watchtower slash kind of like sleep, just for whatever multi-purpose use. And just like I was talking about with Samuel L. Jackson, got Flint in there, and we in there looking at a computer. I got to get it lit up in there. We got Duke looking out. Up here we got Spirit and Snake Eyes, which looks pretty dope. So I'm gonna try to get some lighting in there so you can see what's up. But there's a old type like computer in there that came with Samuel L. Jackson. Once again, figure fodder. All right, that came with the Mattel Amber line. He came with like an old-fashioned computer because that's what he was on in that movie. And as you can see here, I got the kit bash soldiers. In General Hawk's hand is a clipboard from Mattel WWE SmackDown. All right, see how this stuff is building out? This crate is from Super 7 mode. That's what the panda's sitting in. Matter of fact, the panda's still in there, but I use it just as a crate. It looks like a crate that's supposed to be out in the field. And of course here, and what I did back here is I added this. All right, now all of this stuff I pretty much kind of just handmade, crafted, just stuff I put together. But these two right here are something I got from High School Creations, and it's cool to have a 3D styrofoam printout because you can make it look a little bit more realistic. Now they need a place for power, so this is more like a building. Looks like that's where they're getting their power to power this base that they're at. And then that one down there is pretty much turned into like like a warehouse garage. Of course we got the truck in front, and back there's an open space which you don't see, which can go on to more things, but we'll leave that up to the imagination. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of this set built out here. It's starting to look pretty good, and hopefully, man, I can come out with a great result in the end. But we'll leave it up to the imagination. All right, well, so on this week's episode, we'll go ahead and do the wrap up. Like I said, not much story time, but we all know that the Joes made it through the hike. Swamp Thing helped them navigate through that thick, dense jungle, weed, and vine, and got them straight to the Joe Gate. And after that, he turned around and he went on about his merry way. But I don't think that'll be the last time you'll see him. He might be back to help the Joes out, man. So the guys, Lowlight, Bazooka. Well, Lowlight doesn't get any rest, as neither does junkyard. You can see the junkyard was running through the yard all day, pretty much having fun in low lights. He doesn't get any sleep, especially in the daytime. He just can't do it. So he's up at the top of the tower. But as far as the other guys, Bazooka, Tone Rat, Ricondo, Torpedo, those guys are getting a little bit of rest. And pretty much what I was just pretty much showing today is just the activities that goes on in the Gijoe HQ, where they're set up out in the field. You might have some little bit of motor pool time to work on some bikes or trucks. A good time to get debriefed by General Hawk on what your orders are and what bulletin points you need to meet for the week, or even simply for the day or in the next hour. Also, people flying off doing different little missions. Lady J, as you can see here, she has 2 guys with her. She's about to fly off and just get some intel. They're just gonna do a drop in and a fly off real quick and get a little bit of intel. Also, in the tower, you see you got my man Spirit and Snake Eye sitting up at the top. They're the best guys to be up there to spot, just in case they see Cobra. And then on the second floor, we got Duke and Flint with Samuel L. Jackson in there with his Mattel computer that came with one of his accessories that came with him, man, which is pretty dope. And next week, maybe I'll get that tower lit up a little bit better. I know you guys really couldn't see in there too much, but I'm delayed, really. I need to go ahead and get an episode out, man. So, but you know, with this right here, it's cool because I can mess around with this for a couple of weeks, you know, just doing different things inside this little Gijoe HQ. So we'll get that tower lit up. And of course, we got Beachhead on the first floor, sending people out on their way, man. And I forgot about my man Tripwire in the cut there, man. He sweeps the property every morning, checking for bombs and just devices, people listening in. So he does a good job at that, man. And the stalker that's been sitting in the middle of the field on this tire, man, he has done a great job of balance. That dude has been up there for like 8 hours like that, just standing there. So let's give a round of applause to him just alone. Jesus Christ, there's no glue or nothing on him. He just balanced on that 1 foot, which is awesome. That's why the grunt body and the stalker body is such a great buck, man. But yeah, that's this week's episode, man. Just different things going on, showing you different situations that I had, different little pieces that I use for fodder, man. And this is just the beginning. So this is just the introduction to the HQ. We'll probably be messing around with the HQ for about a week or 2, man, and then kind of go ahead and cap off this one little storyline here, possibly with a big battle or something like that. But we're gonna make something happen. But this is a Savage Land. We do this for the love and beauty of action figures and building out huge G.I. Joe dioramas. If you can, give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. This is the table. This is the part of the channel where I just basically just try to build out dioramas and just really play with my toys and have fun, man. And some people can't do it like this, so I want you to enjoy. I want you to enjoy through me. There's a channel I've been watching called Racer Boy Ben, or Ben Racer Boy or something like that. But he takes Hot Wheels and puts them on this track, and he just runs heats all day. And I can sit up and watch that stuff all day, wishing I had that track built, which I will one day. So I'm gonna build me a 1/24 scale track for my Jada toys for them to run and race on, which will be a part of the channel one day. But this guy right here, Racer Boy Ben Racer Boy, he sounds like he's from Australia, but man, I can sit up and watch this channel for hours, and I hope you guys can do the same thing with this. Well, with that being said, until the next time on the table, God bless.